Hi, welcome to Twitter Times, where we take a look at changes to Twitter from the past week and suggest some ways you can get more out of the service. I'm your host, @MarkAlves on Twitter, and let's get started. Everyone knows Kanye thinks his tweets are works of art, but it turns out there's a museum in Turkey that agrees with him, and they're displaying his tweets. Remember when Twitter changed emojis so that you had more options to reflect the diversity of its users? Well, Nora J. Weber noticed that when you post a male emoji, it takes one character, and you can see here she's got 139 characters left. But when she posts a female one, she's only got 136 characters left. So insert your own joke here about men being less complex than women. Tom Ward recently got verified on Twitter, and he posted how you can do that. What I thought was especially interesting was that during the Twitter application process, you're asked for several links to posts or sites that show your noteworthiness in your niche. But what Tom pointed out was it's a good idea in those links to share some pages where you've got your own Twitter account and you're linking back to Twitter, so Twitter knows you're serious about using Twitter as well as showing your notoriety. Jack Dorsey, the part-time CEO of Twitter and part-time CEO of Square, got in trouble with an answer that was part-time bad. And maybe Jack was distracted because he knows he's got an earnings report coming out on Wednesday, and many people are thinking it's not going to be good, including this Twitter handle that's devoted to Twitter's demise. But you might have noticed it's a Twitter handle, so how committed to Twitter's demise are they if they're using Twitter? But it's not all bad news for Twitter. Asif Surya posted 10 ways he loves Twitter. So he's involved in the Twitter financial scene, posting about stocks on Twitter. But it's not all bad news. He's got 10 things he likes. Past couple of weeks on Twitter Times, we've been talking about how the alt-government accounts on Twitter have been protesting, and then the Trump administration was investigating, and then Twitter wouldn't give up their identities. Well, now a government watchdog is looking into what Trump did to try to find out, to unmask those identities. And speaking of Trump, Twitter's considering storing some data locally in Russia. What else is going on with Twitter? Well, pre-roll video, mid-roll video, post-roll video. Twitter's got to pay the bills, and they're doing it with more and more video ad content. One video you won't be seeing is anything coming from Jeff Goldberg. He's a live streaming expert, but his Periscope account was recently shut down, and he explains why. He thinks it is because he was pointing out some serious problems with Periscope. Let's look at some tips. One pro tip comes from @TaughtTinge, and he says if you're presenting at a conference and you've got slides, don't just put your Twitter handle on the first slide or maybe the last slide with your contact info. Put it on each one, because someone may be moved to tweet something about your presentation midway through, and you don't want them fumbling to find your Twitter handle. @Mission_Linda shared some great Twitter tips involving Twitter lists. So you probably have several different groups of audiences you're targeting. Well, create a Twitter list for each type of audience so that you can focus on them easily, pulling them up on your lists. My handle of the week goes to @KPCUK. She uses ASCII art to create some great Twitter art. Check it out here. She's got examples from French election, Shakespeare's birthday, and the flying car from Back to the Future. Thanks for tuning in. I'm @MarkAlves on Twitter. See you there. And pinned to my profile is a collection of Twitter tweets, some of the ones I've shared here, and other tips and news. So check it out there. Thank you. Bye-bye.